We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences, so the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying that you heard about Indeed on this podcast. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
With Audible, there's more to imagine when you listen. Whether you listen to stories, motivation, expert advice, any genre you love, you can be inspired to imagine new worlds, new possibilities, new ways of thinking. And Audible makes it easy to be inspired and entertained as a part of your everyday routine, without needing to set aside extra time. As an Audible member, you choose one title a month to keep from their ever-growing catalog. Be inspired to explore your inner creativity with Viola Davis's memoir, Finding Me. Find what piques your imagination with Audible. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text Imagine to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text Imagine to 500-500.
Do I have everything ready? Hold up. Closed, open. Got it. Hold up. You hear that?
Yep.
Cool. Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast. I ate that one really hard. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast.
Bienvenido.
Bienvenidos a Podcast Psíquico. Buenas noches. It is August 27th, 2024. We are previewing week 1 along with some news, along with some, I don't know, man. We're talking about a bowl trophy that is a stock pot.
That's right. So, we're ready for our Sábado Gigante.
Sábado Gigante. I grew up on that shit, so it is in my blood. Used to watch it every Saturday night, man.
Of course.
Like,
I mean,
between that and Snick. You had Snick on one channel, and then do you remember a show on Snick called Roundhouse?
You were you were 2 screening?
I was flipping back and forth.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yes, I watched Roundhouse.
Okay, it was like all that before all that.
I have no idea what this is.
I mean, kind of.
It was a variety show. It was more of a dancing variety show.
The only Roundhouse I know is Roadhouse. No, that's different.
If it lasted a season, I'd be really, really shocked on that.
It may have predated Snick. Roundhouse was sneaky old. Like you're talking like 91, 92.
Oh shit. Okay. Hey kids who listen to this, Snick.
Oh no, it was the original Snick lineup in 92. You are correct.
There's no kids listening to this.
If you are a child listening to this podcast, have your parents sound off in the comments.
I want you to go tell your parents right now what you're doing. Listen, this is not for you.
Also, definitely don't tell your parents about how many times I've said fuck on this podcast.
Including that one.
Including that one.
Tell her parents about how many times she says fuck on this podcast.
They know.
Okay, good.
They know.
As always, I'm Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Beth, Pitt Girl, and Arthur producing and listening in. Commish, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I was doing some tech issues for our Patreon. We had somebody that had not shown up in there, so they are actually showing up now.
Oh,
Commish to the rescue.
I had to fix it. I just fixed it. I did some Patreon tech support, and shout out to Rutgers/Army Todd.
I saw that. Rutgers Todd, yes.
Rutgers Todd. Rawr. And Army.
Beth, how are you, ma'am?
It was Texas out today, so a bunch of our schools early dismissed. It was kind of a weird day.
Southerners who listen to this, remember that they don't have AC up there.
Not only don't we have AC, but like your buildings are built to lose heat. That's everything in your building construction is to lose heat. Our buildings are built to retain heat. If they get hot, they don't get cool again without help.
That girl, how are you?
It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Arthur, you ready to tailgate?
Yeah, I went shopping, but we're ready.
I just saw a bottle of Hypnotic, and that makes me.
The Hypnotic is not for this weekend.
It is for a special time. It's for it's for a christening you're going to.
Yeah, I still need to get the Hennessy.
Could you transubstantiate Hypnotic?
I mean,
absolutely, yeah.
The Lord works in mysterious ways. You try to put rails on God. We can't even put rails on a podcast.
Take this and get crunk.
I've got to catch up on my catechism. I thought it was different than that.
No, I definitely messed that up.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to dip our toe into week 1. There are so many games.
And we only have so many toes.
It's insane. We're going to get to as many as we can and highlight the fun stuff. But first, I have some breaking news.
Beep, 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 beep.
Is that not on the soundboard? Or
we're the soundboard.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know if I have. I don't have a news thing yet. I'll get that.
No, we don't
Folks,
need that. We Pitt Girl and Beth doing the beep 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 beeps.
I'll clip that from the podcast and put that on the soundboard.
Perfect. That's it. They can do the beep the beep the beeps.
We're probably going to just keep doing them too, so it'll just sound like a more and more nightmarish.
Well, just keep adding it to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. Biblically accurate beep de beep.
Beep beep. Breaking news.
We finally heard about the Low Country Boil Bowl trophy. Y'all remember we talked about this? They announced it this summer, I believe.
They did, yes.
And it was Charleston, Southern, and the Citadel.
Yeah.
And when you think of like a Low Country Boil trophy, what do you think the trophy should be?
I mean, they said it was going to be a boiling pot, and I have one of these in my shed.
I have several of these.
And guess what? It is a boiling pot.
It is.
It is glorious.
It is.
It is beautiful.
It's got helmets on it too.
So
if they need to borrow my soup oar, they certainly can.
You have a soup oar too? This is awesome.
Heck yeah, I have a soup oar.
Hell yeah. Yes. Like a big oar that you stir in these pots?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, very much do. It's about as long as like my arm and a half.
Jesus Christ.
What are you big boy.
What are you making in this soup?
Vats of soup.
Yeah. Soup fat.
I mean,
soup vat.
I'm doing crawfish boils. That's how I stir it up, you know.
This is where the soup goes before I fill the 5-gallon roaster.
Okay, fair. We also got to wait on this. Officially, it is 25 pounds, but that is empty, I believe.
That's empty. There's no boil in the Low Country Burrow Bowl.
Sorry? What was
The
that?
Burrow Bowl.
The Burrow Bowl? Okay, good.
The Burrow Bowl. I'm saying it in
Why
Cajun.
are we putting Blaster in a bowl?
The Burrow Bowl?
That was good.
Okay. I explained this previously. Like we don't say the word boil in New Orleans. It's burrow.
Is that a very white way to say it? The boil, a Low Country boil.
It's kind of like when you say New Orleans, like New Orleans.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
Okay.
it.
So like the weird growths on trees, like that word burl.
It's again,
closer.
we don't say the word oil. It's Earl.
Huh.
Who says that? Your people say that?
My Louisiana people, we call it Earl.
You get your Earl changed?
Yes, I gotta go get my Earl changed.
I'm gonna need a Louisianan who is not commished to confirm this.
Hey,
because this feels a lot like bullshit.
Do you need confirmation?
I do.
when I want to feel nice and silky smooth, I use Baby Earl.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I cook with lots of Olive Earl. I assume that's how you say Olive.
No, it's Olive Earl.
Oh, Olive Earl. Okay.
That's right.
Olive Earl, I believe, was a prime minister in the 16th century.
He was the Earl of Sandwich.
Commish, the biggest guy today put out a wonderful
Oh God, don't make me do this.
Pokemon-based game. I'm not going to make you name all of them.
Okay.
But I do want you to guess a few. Listeners, we're looking at 12 Pokemon here, where the Big Sky Conference chose these for their opponents. So every Big Sky team who's playing someplace else. I want you to guess, Commish. Let's go with top left to start with.
Okay, what game is this?
I need a name for it. Listeners, it is a bird. It's an angry-looking bird. Oh, Monmouth in Eastern Washington.
Okay, so they can see the graphic. So they'll see the graphic that the Big Sky tagged us in on Instagram and also on Twitter. Okay. They'll see the graphic that they posted today, and we'll post it in the chat too. So it's the Pokemon that they use for Monmouth at Eastern Washington.
We should describe the Pokemon for the listeners who listen to this podcast while driving.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is a bird Pokemon. It is sort of a gray-brown with white. It's got a sort of M-shaped thing on its chest, and it has like a red poof on its forehead.
Like a red-shifted pompadour.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to guess the Pokemon's name?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Who's that Pokemon?
It's Clefairy!
It's not Clefairy.
Fuck!
Oh. I was like, why'd you just give me that name? I'm staring at this very difficult wise. It's just
what do you think its name should be?
What does your heart tell you?
I don't know, Owlette.
Okay. I like that. Great choice. There is an owl Pokemon.
Okay.
Pitt Girl, who is that Pokemon?
This is Staraptor, I believe.
This is Staraptor. Very good choice. Okay, Commish.
Okay.
Second row, far right. This is for Idaho State at Oregon State. And it is, listeners, it is a little furry, groundhog thing on 4 feet with giant buck teeth.
It's like a beaver platypus looking thingy.
Kind of is.
Yeah. I don't know Pokemon. I'm just gonna call it Beavagoo. Beavagoo.
Oh, I like Beavagoo. You're not too far. Beth, who's that Pokemon?
It's Bidoof.
It's Bidoof. Touch.
I always pronounced it Bidoof.
I go back and forth, but I felt like really hammering the E sound today.
Fair enough.
I'm staring at this hard. I'm not even seeing your faces react because I am just lost.
Okay, Commish, I'm going to do one more. Third row, third one over. Listeners, it's a cute little bear, and it's got a little half moon on its head.
Okay. So it's Missouri State at Montana is the game.
Yeah.
That you're having me name here.
Missouri State are the Bears?
Yeah, Missouri State are the Bears. Montana are the Grizzlies. But then there's a moon on this teddy bear looking thingy.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I mean, it's not like Moon Bear, but
you know what? You're closer. You're closer than you think.
Okay. I'm just gonna call it Mooner.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
Pitt Girl, who's that Pokemon?
It's Teddiursa.
It's Teddiursa.
Sure.
Which is really close.
Not
and then
really.
right above him is the giant bear. That's Ursa Ring.
Mm-hmm. That's what he evolves into.
Mm-hmm.
This goes from that to that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's not even close to the weirdest one. It's
no,
not
that
even
one's
close.
very normal because it's just adorable little bear.
I wanted to do the one that's Cal Poly in San Diego. There's it's like a bull with three tails.
Three tails, yes.
Mm-hmm.
This one, Commish, is going to be so straightforward. You're going to be mad when you get it wrong.
Okay. Can I just call it Tritorn?
Oh, you're real close.
Oh my lord.
Okay.
That's actually probably better than its actual name.
All right.
I agree.
Beth, who's that Pokemon?
That's Tauros.
Ah.
Yep. You were like right in the ballpark there. So one of the weirder like transformations, evolutions is where a cute little cat turns into like a luchador. Mm-hmm. That one's impressive. Yeah. Ball State has a week 1 bye.
Yeah, they do.
And that's wild.
Yep.
So why did they have that, Commish?
So Ball State was originally scheduled to open the season with Army this year. But the troops were deployed elsewhere to the American Conference. And that left Ball State scrambling for a game. So Ball State was originally scheduled to play Army this weekend. Army's move to the American last October forced them to cancel 8 non-conference games. So Army, being an independent, canceled 8 of the games, and Ball State was one of them. Ball State replaced Army with Vanderbilt, which had to cancel the game with SMU because SMU left the American. And so Ball State's game with Vandy is October 19th instead of this weekend. So Ball State does not start until next week.
This feels almost like a weird like trading game in a Zelda game. Like it's so many weird swaps.
Oh, it's like trying to get, was it the Bigoron sword where you have to trade, you have to run across and go, oh, I've got to take my thing for my thing, and this person needs a jar, this person needs a
Yeah.
I'm just wandering around trying to find the guy in the specific Pokemon Center that will give me a Magikarp.
Yeah, you're either going to get the Master Sword or you're going to have to play Vanderbilt.
Instructions unclear. Have attempted to pull Vanderbilt out of the Great Deku Tree.
That's what's making the Deku Tree so grumpy. It's got Vanderbilt inside.
It's got
Vandy Rock thing too?
Oh no.
Is this a Pokemon thing too?
Is what?
No.
This is Legend of Zelda
talking about? Is that Pokemon? Oh, okay, no, I don't know that either. All right.
No, this is a different Nintendo game you don't play.
Okay, yes, okay. All right. I'm totally lost.
That's what you told me. You told me you never had a Nintendo 64, so you never played Ocarina of Time. That's right.
Nope. I skipped the Nintendo 64 in the progression of consoles. Yes.
That's okay. The Wind Waker Deku Tree is the only one I acknowledge.
No, I like the one from Twilight Princess. He's a little more sassy.
I'm just lost as hell, man. What's going on?
It's fine. Here, we'll get you back. There's a tradition we have on this show, y'all, where before the week, we look at what's showing on the CW, because the CW is our broadcast partner. They don't know it. They are. It's a parasocial relationship we have with them.
Yeah.
Senpai CAW, notice us.
So I've decided maybe we should become reply guys in every CW sports thread. Notice us, Senpai CW. And so I'm looking at, because we have 2 games on the CW this week, Washington State and Oregon State are playing on the CW.
Nice.
Washington State's playing Portland State, and Oregon State is playing Idaho State. In a twofer, y'all, we have an all Oregon versus all Idaho week.
That's right.
Ooh.
Oregon's playing Idaho, and Oregon State's playing Idaho State. This is really good.
Do they share a border?
Yes, they do.
They do? Okay. It's not.
And a polycule, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, this is a weird polycule. Oh yeah. Benny Beaver and Joe Vandal. It's weird, and yeah. I do want to say that for my CW, it's not nearly as buck wild as it used to be. This is CW 33 in Dallas. Jack Hanna's Into the Wild in the Morning. Lots of episodes of that. Something called the Cheryl and Vicky Show.
I'm upset with myself right now. Like Idaho, of course, borders Oregon. What is wrong with me? Jesus Christ! It was a lot. It's a lot more than I thought it was. What's wrong?
It's Oregon's entire eastern border. Yes.
Yeah,
Idaho's kind of long. It's a long boy.
Yeah, Idaho just basically touching Washington and Oregon in their entireties, which is very strange.
The one that Idaho barely borders is Canada.
Yes, and also I entirely borders Washington too.
I like the idea of Idaho just like out here, just like reaching out to poke Canada.
Right in it's Saskatchewan. No, wrong. Right in it's Alberta.
Right in Alberta, I think.
I don't know what that is. I did drop a picture of the Cheryl and Vicky Show promo because I'd never heard of it before. Apparently, it's a talk show We have paid programming, and unfortunately, they no longer put what the paid programming is.
Oh, man.
That shit's wild. I know.
I'm just going to assume it's about that shark vacuum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, my paid programming doesn't have a description either, except for the one about the new shark vacuum.
Hey!
Man, my fucking station has paid programming for like 4 hours in the middle of the day. We do have an episode of SWAT.
Oh.
And I'm going to read this description. I have no clue about this show, by the way. The SWAT team chases after the emancipators as they live stream a kangaroo court and execute city politicians. Hondo seems to make Daryl feel better. That's an A plot and a hell of a B plot for that.
Is it the show SWAT?
Yes, it's the show SWAT.
Oh, okay. But
at first I saw kangaroo and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I thought it was like a real like SWAT team, like cops. But it was
that's what I thought too, and then I was very confused.
Then I got very confused. Okay, we're fine. We can move on.
We have lots of football. 2 football games on the CW. My heart be still. And then lastly, what do we close out with? Inside DFW with Ginny Anchinoto, and then another episode of SWAT. Here we go. Various city departments work together to stop a serial bomber. Semicolon. Hondo gets used to being his son's legal guardian shortly before his estranged father moves in.
I want to just go back to the Inside DFW thing. I really hope, I am certain it's not, but I really hope it's a show that is set entirely in the airport.
Oh, that would be so good.
Like either just someone has a really long layover and that's like they're trapped at the airport and it's just like an hour of that, or maybe like a talk show, like but it's in the airport, or like a reality show, like behind the scenes. I don't know. A lot of ways you could work it. I feel like.
What if it was like an episodic version of The Terminal?
That would be good.
Have you guys seen this movie? Are you familiar with this movie?
The one where Tom Hanks
yes,
is trapped in it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't.
What if he had a talk show?
Oh, you're thinking about that way. See, I was thinking about like a scripted show, like a 20 episode season of just a person in a terminal. That might actually be like TV poison.
Well,
either one.
Given how many procedurals we have on TV, right? Like there's cop shows, there's like medical shows. Like it feels like, I know we've had like TV shows set like on planes before, like with like flight crews and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like, has there been a procedural that's just like an airport?
LAX. There was a show called LAX, I believe.
There's some sort of like flight show that's also in the same, like I mentally group it in with shows like Night Court. Like there's some sort of like,
oh, this was the one, Commish. What was this? They flew to Martha's Vineyard. What was the fucking show? Was it Wings?
Wings, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Wings. There we go.
Based on a
but I'm saying that's like the plane. Like I'm talking like the ground, like on the ground.
No,
like
Wings was mostly on the ground.
Okay.
But it was a sitcom.
It was a sitcom.
Show set at the fictional Tom Neversfield, a small 2-airline airport in Nantucket.
There we go.
When one summer I worked graveyard shift at a grocery store, at a Winn-Dixie grocery store one summer, and when I would get off from the shift on like USA Network, it would be like 4 straight episodes of Wings. Yep.
That's exactly where I remember seeing it.
And I watched like so that was my prime time that summer. I was just watching Wings on like the USA Network at like 8 a.m. It's like just nothing but Wings. I think it had like 4 or 5 seasons. I love the show. It helped like put me to sleep.
Beth, what's a show that you like watched that way? An older show that you just, because it was on USA or something, or Nick at Night, you've watched every episode like repeatedly.
Oh boy. I'm not a big TV person, but I'm sure that there's a couple if I think about this hard enough. I mean, I
know I've seen every I Love Lucy, but that's an obvious one.
I have watched a ton of the 70s show Emergency. I probably have seen every single episode of that show.
That's a great one. Classic.
My youngest brother, who is significantly younger than me, was obsessed with that as a kid, and so he wouldn't go down for a nap unless we watched an episode. I've seen a lot of episodes.
That's a weird one. Okay. Our good friend David Hale at a David Hale joint on Twitter tried to summarize how the ACC is looking so far, and here we go. Quote, So a quick week one summary. Wake is not named its starting quarterback. Pitt is not naming its starter despite Nate Yarnell being the starter after spring. Clemson is not releasing a depth chart because UGA won't. Stanford could start any one of 3 quarterbacks. UNC hasn't named a starting quarterback. Cal hasn't named a starting quarterback. And SMU is going to continue using 2 quarterbacks for at least another week. Bravo, ACC.
I mean,
congratulations, kids. You let the coastal escape contain. It's all coastal now. You did this.
I love that SMU looked at last week and they're like, yeah, that worked pretty well. Let's do that again.
Control C, Control V. It'll be fine. They have a pretty easy game this week, but still.
I know. Well, there was also last week.
So there was something that I discovered last night about the ACC. Their slogan is "Accomplish Greatness," and it's because that word "accomplish" starts with ACC. So before I was ready to go to bed, I mentioned this in our Discord, and we came up with a bunch of different slogans for the ACC.
Okay,
what'd you get them? Okay.
Yeah.
So we have the "Accomplish Greatness," and then we have the "Accentuate the Positive."
Ooh. Eliminate the negative.
That's right. Accidents happen.
Okay.
All right. Acclimate newcomers.
Yeah.
Access to knowledge. Yeah. That's right. Accelerate when merging.
Yeah.
Like Please do.
This one is specifically for the folks that are suing the ACC right now. A cost conference in court. We have some more. Shout out to Bridget for this one. Acceptable conference.
Yes, they are acceptable. Extremely acceptable.
What do you think of the ACC? It's an acceptable conference. And then we have accept this summons, which, again, because they're suing each other. And then the final one was accessory to crime.
I'm throwing in accursed football.
There you go.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
How about, and now I'm looking at words again with ACC. Hold up. No, this is bad. Accused conference. Like, it's been accused of being a conference, but I'm not sure about it. Accredited conference.
You would hope they are. That's good.
Okay. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, readers, who suggested these things, because it's all good.
Somebody posted, "Accept the empire." All corn country. Like, there's no corn in their area.
No, that's the Big Ten.
That's the Big Ten. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
There's a little bit of corn in there.
And this one was from our Pitt fan, Andre the Giant. He says, "I will never call it Acrisure Stadium as the ACC."
Okay.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
So now we have to talk about some football. And y'all, like I said last time, if we don't get to your games, it's not because we don't love you. It's because there's so many goddamn games. And I promise that if you do something fun, we will talk about you on the other side.
We will.
Yeah, you're going to have to earn your mentions this week.
That's right. So, like, this week it's kind of just, here's what we got on the menu. We're going to go through what we got. We're going to talk about your game. We may talk about it a little bit longer than the other ones. We're trying to figure out the Sickos Game of the Week right now. We have a couple of different leanings. We have rankings going on inside our Patreon right now. We're on like version 4 or 5. But, it's fluid. We're still going through some things, and we'll discuss some games a little bit more in detail. Some will mention like, hey, FIU's at Indiana and they got new Pitbull shirts. But I mean, we may not go into deep detail about that game, and it's nothing against your team. But if you do something fun in the game, you damn well bet your ass we're going to talk about it on the Sunday recording of the podcast.
Because we watch everything.
Yes.
So
which is really going to be strained to its utmost limit tomorrow.
Thursday.
It is Tuesday, Beth. Do not do that to me.
It can't.
You absolute asshole. You scared me.
Please let it be Wednesday. Please.
No,
Beth has had a really long week, okay?
I know, but you can't skip a day. I can't do that. I have to be tethered in time a little better.
Okay. I can't have anything.
Can we talk about a game that's towards the top of our list?
Yes.
TCU at Stanford.
Oh yeah.
On Friday night.
Friday night, 9:30 p.m.
9:30
Central.
9:30 Central kick on ESPN.
Yes.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Mhm.
10:30 Eastern on
That's right.
Friday.
You're going to be taking the Stanford test, which
Yep.
I think Jordan called it what?
The SAT.
That's
basically
it. It's the Stanford test.
Yes, Big Ten rivals, TCU and Stanford.
Stop that. See, you made for us. I flinched for a second
You
because
have
I was
to
like,
think about it.
shit,
You were like,
wait, TCU's the Big Ten now? Don't do that to me.
What?
I love this game. Our good friend Parker, guest, friend of the pod, Stats of War on Twitter, put out today, not his complete stats, but put out something he called his watchability ratings, which is a great little list. What he basically took was the over minus the absolute value of the spread.
Okay.
And use that as like a watchability ranking. And this game, y'all, is very towards the top. It should be pretty pointsy and it should be pretty close. I am kind of in love with this game.
Assuming that the bookies do a little bit better this week than they did in week 0.
No, this is his projection. This is not a spread. This is just straight up his projections.
No, but he said what his watchability score was.
Yeah.
The score is basically the over under that total number over the absolute value of the spread. So you want points that are going to be games that will be close and games with lots of points.
Okay.
And this was very high on his list.
Yes.
Because this is and TCU fans, I'm sorry to say this one's going to be closer. You should win it, but Stanford's going to make it very unpleasant.
As is their way.
I think so. Commish, why does this one tickle your fancy?
Something strange about it. Like there's something that's calling me. So the one of the things that I have about this one is it's just that it's a weird Friday night game. It's teams that don't play at much. They've only played 3 times, and TCU's 3-0. In like 2017, they had this wild ass Alamo Bowl. What was like 38-36 or was it 39-37? I don't know. It was a 2-point game in the high in the 30s. Stanford's was 3-9 last year. They had they lost to an FCS team. They had 2 wins, which were extremely weird, right? They came back and beat Colorado in double OT, 46-43. And then their other win in conference, they beat Wazoo 10-7. All right. So you don't know what you're going to get with Stanford. This is the second year of the team. And then TCU, I kind of love TCU because TCU goes to the title game. Then the next year after that, they're 5-7. Now you're just like, okay, what the hell is going to happen this year? You don't really know. And
neither do they.
Neither do they. And then is Stanford going to be better this year? You would think it's your coach's year 2. They got a home game. It's a weird game at night on Friday. Then I'm looking at like the FPI projections. It's like 57-43. And I'm like, okay, we're getting a coin flip region here. And then I see Parker's projections and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see a couple of different things here. And I'm like, this kind of feels a bit like a really good candidate for the game of the week.
I would probably agree with you there.
I'm open to it. I'm listening.
Yeah.
So another one that came up high, but I feel like we can't do it now, is Miami at Florida.
That's too mainstream for us.
It feels that way.
The watchability is out the roof here because the game should be very close and very pointsy.
Mm-hmm.
But then EA College Football account declared it their game of the week.
Yep, too mainstream for us. Can't do it.
Gotta bump that down.
Hipsters only.
I mean, it's also on it's on ABC at 2:30. How? That's
way too mainstream. We can't. That's not us.
Oh,
there's going to be too many eyeballs on it.
Okay,
and it's a rivalry game. No, can't do it.
But how about this?
It could be fun, but they don't need us to drive eyeballs.
No, they don't.
I mean,
no.
But this is going to be a great your ass might be fired game. because we got coaches that are both like being like.
Is this a week 1 anxiety bowl?
It
yes,
is.
it is. 100% is.
Sure.
I love that for us.
And Miami is on the road in the swamp, and like Florida's been hearing nothing but how hard their schedule is the entire year.
And they kind of need this win.
This is kind of like the nobody believes in us week 1 win that the Gators pull off. But then they like, stumble down the rest of the stretch. The fun thing for me here is that you have Florida returning with the Graham Mertz experience. That's right. He's back. You thought he'd be graduated by now. No, he's still got 1 more year. And then Miami's got a new quarterback in Cam Ward, who declared for the NFL draft, but then Miami was able to get him out of the draft and transfer there. So
Cam Ward is like been one of my favorite quarterbacks in the last couple years. He was hella fun at Incarnate Word. That was before they grabbed what's his face?
Zach Calzada last year?
No, it was someone else. I can't remember who it was. But then like he played at Wazoo and it was so much fun at Wazoo. Like
Lindsey Scott the 3rd or 7th or
yeah,
whatever.
Sorry, yes, yeah. I kind of want I want Cam Ward to do well. I don't want Miami to do well. And it's a very weird.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I disagree on that point. I would like Miami to do well.
Nah.
That seems like a you thing.
That's a you problem.
It is a you problem.
God damn it. God
there you go.
Damn it.
There you go.
Okay.
So you see how you feel right now? This is how I feel when you start talking about Texas.
Okay, fair.
You got it? All right, there you go.
Fair. Won't stop me.
But again, it's latent fandom. So
how about a second cockadoodle duel?
Yes.
So last season we had the cockadoodle duel, which we named the game between Jacksonville State at South Carolina.
Yes.
Both Gamecocks. Well, now Coastal Carolina is going to Jacksonville State.
Yes.
That's a Chanticleer versus a Gamehawk, but all.
A Gamehawk?
Gamecock. Is that Gamecock?
No.
You said Gamehawk, and I'm like, is this a creative team? Is this a weird video game? What do we think a Gamehawk?
Are we naming Pokemon again? Did I get one right?
Oh, no, we're naming minor league football teams like the Upstate Predators.
Okay.
The worst minor league football team name I've ever heard of.
Oh, buddy.
There's been worse.
No.
Their logo is an actual just illustration of the Predator. In like neon.
That's cool.
It's in the main Discord chat. Scroll up a little bit, you'll see it. It's bad.
Because like you say the Upstate Predators, and I'm just like, oh, this is a prison. This is what's in a prison.
I mean, do you think the team has to go door to door to introduce themselves? If you gotta cut that joke, you can cut it.
That one stays.
Okay.
I feel like it says something about y'all that your first thought when you hear Predator isn't someone fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
Well, I as soon as you said a team named Predator, I immediately thought of the Nashville Predators that the Pittsburgh Penguins beat 4-2 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Let's go, Penn.
The Upstate Predator sounds like the FBI's name for a criminal. Like we haven't caught him yet, but he's the Upstate Predator.
He's the Upstate Predator.
And he, $10,000 to help the capture of the Upstate Predator.
Was that on the episode? Is that the next episode of SWAT?
Yes.
It's the episode title here, I think.
Definitely no.
Talk about their friendship or how it's hard to be a dad.
It's hard to be a dad.
Politicians are executed. Friends get together.
McNulty builds a bed.
I gotta watch this show.
My God.
So this is another fun one. Both these teams are pretty close. I think the numbers favor Coastal Carolina slightly, but I mean, another great option.
It's in Jacksonville, though, right? On a Thursday night. Weird game.
That's a weird one, right?
It's a weird game. And this is
CBS Sports Network. Da, 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 da. We're here from Jacksonville, Alabama.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, I love this too, because this is kind of gonna be a measuring stick between Conference USA and the Sun Belt. like this is going to be used throughout the year. The Sun Belt is supposed to be the better conference, or Conference USA is supposed to be better.
I want you to think about how much like ESPN airtime, the discussion of what's the better conference, the Sun Belt or Conference USA.
Dude,
how many minutes of time is that going to be?
That's not going to be on ESPN. That's going to be in our mentions. All right,
it's true.
This is for us. This is not ESPN.
People get real spicy about that.
Yes, they do, and it's like people were arguing about like the. You tweeted about Colorado State playing the Eyes of Texas.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
all right. And then
trash move.
There's been a fight in our mentions after that tweet for like all day.
Jordan, are you mad about the Choo Choo song?
You have to play the Choo Choo song. That's the only way it works. The magic doesn't work if you don't play the Choo Choo song. So Aggies have bonfire, right? And they build a big bonfire. Mm-hmm. Texas for that game has something called the Hex Rally.
Oh,
yeah. Hold up. I don't know if they're going to bring
extremely normal thing.
The Hex Rally called Texas Hex. Basically, everyone. Okay, from Wikipedia, the Hex Rally traces its origins to 1941. Having lost the previous 7 away games to Texas A&M, a group of worried UT students sought the advice of a local fortune teller, Madame Augusta Hipple. She told the students to burn red candles the week before the game, and they did this, and they won. So basically,
what was the date of the game that they won?
I don't know. It was in 41.
So am I to believe that a fortune teller wasted her powers on a Texas game when she could have predicted Pearl Harbor?
Also, what I'm hearing here is that Texas students and alumni are canonically Wiccan. You heard it here first.
Oh, hey Beth. Mm-hmm. It was November 27th, 1941.
Oh my God. Texas is the cause of all bad things.
Oh, hey, do you remember what the name of their coach is too?
Who was it?
Dana X Bible.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, Wiccans.
It's okay. On the day before Pearl Harbor, they beat Oregon 71-7 at home. I bet you.
I'm biting my tongue on jokes right there. I'm done.
I bet you that if I go and find the newspaper for this game, the top headline is like Longhorns beat Oregon. Subheadline: America attacked. It's always that way.
It would have been the next day. So
okay,
yeah, you just had a day gap.
My favorite ones are always like big headline: student fees increase. Small headline: America attacked.
Yeah, college students, their priorities are in the correct order.
Yes. Yeah.
Like gravy always. On sale at student bookstore. Mm-hmm. America attacked.
What type of gravy?
How about
yes,
Eastern Michigan at UMass?
I love
this
that.
One has like I like this one makes me tingle.
Ooh, this is appealing.
Is it
right?
This has my attention.
Yes. I look. The only thing that it's got a ding against it is it's at UMass.
Yeah, no.
If it was on the gray field, that takes it up another notch for me.
The new gray field, they just put a new one in.
A new gray field. That's right. The track is gone. It is just like an epicenter of gray with like a little. An epicenter of green. I'm sorry, green with an epicenter of gray in the middle. It's like the grayest nougat candy you could ever find.
Pitt Girl, what made you go ooh at this one?
It's just I like that. I have no like analytics related thoughts. I'm just thinking specifically about the helmet matchup here. They're two of our favorite teams. I'm here for it.
I love that this is the helmet matchup that like I agree with you 100%. Mm-hmm. I see both these. I was like, oh, this is like teams. I enjoy this. Mm-hmm. You have Don Brown's second year here. You have
Chris Creighton,
who's been there for like 1,000 years.
Yeah, and he's doing like God's work at Eastern. Like, we love Chris Creighton. We love Eastern Michigan. You go out there and you win 5 to 7 games and be like a hero for it, Chris.
I love Creighton because like it's weird that nobody ever thinks about him for like a bigger job, and I'm like, are you kidding me here? Like this dude is an awesome coach. Like just he's on the path to get like a statue at Eastern Michigan.
Oh, he's already at the statue. The question then becomes if they rename the stadium, because it's named after Rainierson, who was their like last big coach, and that was from 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's a chance like this is their Bill Snyder.
You know what? It's funny. Like his overall record is like 52-68.
Yep,
but like
that's amazing.
But like his first 2 years, he went 2-10, 1-11. Then he went 7-6, 5-7, 7-6, 6-7. And that's 3 bowl games there that he lost.
Mhm.
Then he 7-6.
3 of like the 3 of all the bowl games they've ever made, which is like 4.
Yes.
Including one in which their quarterback punched a ref.
Yes.
Never forget.
Never forget. Was it Glass was his name? Right?
Mike Glass.
Mike
Yep.
Glass. That's right. He's definitely not Glass. Definitely not Glass Jaw. But Glass Joe either. But no, and then he won the Potato Bowl. And like the picture of him getting the fries dumped on him is kind of like the best picture. I like doing the committee account. I love the fry dump, but like his reaction to getting the fries dumped on him and like winning did they ever win a bowl game at Eastern Michigan football?
That was their first. I believe that was their first.
I feel like they won a California Bowl, or did they lose it? No, they beat San Jose State in the California. So they beat San Jose State. Right. That's right. So like him doing that is great, and then they're on a path to be 6-7, 7-6 again. Just like if ULM was doing what this is being done
right.
at Eastern, I would love this. This would be phenomenal for me as a ULM fan.
You know where there's no one being like, well, I guess we got to fire Chris Creighton because he can't get us over that 8-win hurdle. Eastern Michigan fans, they're good. They're fine with this. It's beautiful. Can I interest you in a Randy Edsel Bowl?
What's
Always.
in the bowl?
Well, I think it's
You're telling
clam
me a
chowder and
Randy
crab.
Edsel made this bowl?
I mean,
it's
Old Bay and a dog. Why?
Okay.
This is UConn at Maryland. Both schools at which Randy Edsel has spent some time. UConn twice, I believe. I think he still had the keys, so he just showed back up.
He did.
This is one where Maryland's going to win this because it's September, and that's fine. Or it's August, but same difference.
Well, no, maybe not, because it's August 31st. It's not September, Maryland.
I think September, Maryland also works in August.
It's September Eve.
It is. Okay. September Eve, Maryland.
September Junior.
I am less excited about this one as like a helmet matchup and more from just this is a fun non-conference, man.
I feel like Maryland should win this. Like they should win this, but they just lost their all-time Big Ten leading passer in Tallulah or whatever. I'm sorry. I can't
Talia
Tagovailoa. But
close enough.
I feel like they should win this. It's a Big Ten team playing UConn, and I don't know. It's just it's quirky. It's a quirky August game that could be weirdly close through like 3 quarters, maybe, or maybe at the half, possibly.
They've only ever played 3 times. Once in 1942, once in 2012, and once in 2013. Maryland has the record 2-1.
Okay.
But UConn has a win in there in 2012, like in the modern era of football. So that's
okay.
That's fun.
I know our UConn fans in our mentions are excited, and they're already talking trash to the Terps. It's great. I love that. Like I love like the smaller teams, and they have like these team accounts that are just trash talking the bigger teams like there's no tomorrow. I love that. It's so amazing.
High no escalators.
Why would you not? If I had the Bowling Green, SB Nation that doesn't exist anymore account, I'd be talking shit all the time. Like, just fuck off, everyone. I'm Bowling Green. What are you gonna tell me?
Shout out to Hustle Belt also.
Yeah, Hustle
Friend of
Belt.
the show.
They get
that
this.
Ball State fact too. Also,
how about this? This is one where I feel like it's scenario here.
Yeah, Miami of Ohio at Northwestern.
Yes.
Northwestern might be about to fuck around and find out.
Miami of Ohio is consistently a pain in the ass.
They were very good last year. They won the MAC last year.
did win the MAC.
Not that Cincinnati was good, but they did beat Cincinnati last year.
That's right.
Northwestern, keep your head on a swivel, guys.
I have one request of Miami, Ohio. They have a punter. His name is Alec Bevelheimer. Please, Alec Bevelheimer, please kick one into Lake Michigan. Just do it. Be the first one, Bevelheimer. We will bevel you again. We will bevel the play. We'll bevel it all. Please, I know you're on the Ray Guy watch list again, which I'll vote for you if you make it to the semis. But again, be the first one. Be the record setter at this stadium. Be the one to put a ball in Lake Michigan when you punt. Please.
Yes, please.
Be the punter we wish to see in the world.
That's right.
Did you guys see where they put the big screen?
Yeah, they blocked
new Northwestern Stadium.
They blocked our view of our sailgating. How dare they?
Goddamn view. Here, let me find a picture.
Jerks. Northwestern, we've been talking about it all year. And sailgating, you're like, no. But see, this is why I wanted to get the riverboat. It's a triple decker. So I was ready and prepared to see over the top of this.
I will say though, like, I am impressed that they have such a substantial temporary like video board there. Like, I've been to sporting events where they have temporary video boards, and I'm very impressed. Like, that's better than anything I've seen for a temporary structure.
I wonder how much of that is they are putting something up that needs to be able to last through nor'easter season on the shore of the Great Lakes. And if that's not extremely well built, I mean, we've seen inflatable domes and regular domes full on cave in up there. The winds are no joke. So, I mean, like, Chicago is the windy city for a reason.
Yes.
In the chat, once this 14 megabyte image loads.
What the hell?
I was wondering where this picture was, allegedly.
Yeah, give me a sec.
I'm just gonna say this. I love that Northwestern has just gone like full bore on this. Like, they only had like 60 some odd days to put this together, and they went absolutely full bore on this. Which
now,
is
Pitt Girl, I have to tell you something here because you're confused. But remember, you're looking across. You're not looking down the field. You're looking across the field.
Mm-hmm.
The field goes lengthwise, left to right in front of you.
Okay.
So you're looking out across, like, straight down the 50. It's such a mind fuck because the biggest stands are on the end zones, and it makes my brain hurt.
Wait, what? I'm still confused. My eyes.
So see, right, because where the soccer goals are, that's where the goalposts are going to be.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, we're on the 50. I mean, something about this is just like the aspect ratio looks very wrong. Why does the field look square?
Why does Lake Michigan look tropical?
Ooh.
I mean, right now it probably is, comparatively.
Also, are we going to have soccer lines on this field, y'all?
No. Matt Brown said that they're going to repaint it, and there's not going to be any soccer lines on the field.
Okay.
I'm a little disappointed.
I know. And I'm sorry to like burst the bubble like really quickly because I wanted it, but then Matt Brown of Extra Points went to the field, and he did great reporting on it. So I did want to just say that is basically it. The video board, if you notice there, the barge is still there, so we can still get the corner view.
So, if we tuck it in, I
got to tuck it in.
I do have one question about this stadium that I just realized in the past week.
Mm-hmm.
Does Northwestern have a plan in place for when they host a first round playoff game? It's like Christmas in Chicago. And are they going to do it there? Are they going to do it at Wrigley? Is this finally where they can rent out Soldier Field? It was I don't know why it took me this long to think of it, and clearly by your reactions, none of you had thought of that yet. But I
hadn't thought of it at all.
I don't think Northwestern will be good enough, but
I'm pulling up the Bears schedule here.
Terrible possibility.
All right.
Are we about to contemplate a world in which the Bears make the playoffs?
Okay.
No, that's the regular season, I believe.
Yeah,
Bears-
the
still
college
NFL regular
football
season.
it'll be
All right.
regular season.
The first round of the playoffs are on the 20th and 21st, right? Of
Right,
December. The Bears host the Lions on the 22nd. So Soldier Field probably not going to be available if that's the case.
No, it might just be like Heinz Field during Whippeal week, which inevitably gets scheduled where like they have the Whippeal championships and then Pitt plays and then the Steelers play and the turf just looks like shit.
Nope, because this is what happened when they tried to get Ohio State and Illinois. The Bears have games and the Bears said no. So if that's the case and the Bears say no to a Northwestern playoff game, maybe they could play in like the Chicago Fire Stadium or something of that nature.
Wrigley playoffs.
December
Wrigley playoffs.
Gentleman's agreement with Notre Dame.
Oh.
They would both Notre Dame and Northwestern and whoever they're playing would rather burn it down than play at Notre Dame Stadium. I guarantee. Jesus.
Play it in the Cab. Northern Illinois Stadium.
I mean, it's bigger than what Northwestern has right now.
True. I mean, honestly, it would be our first playoff action.
Where does Chicago play football?
They don't anymore.
The University of Chicago?
They just play football.
The D3 school?
Yeah.
They
play at Newstag Field.
Yeah, it is very tiny. Yeah.
1,600. Might be a little tight. Oh, it's a really cute little stadium. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. It's cozy. It looks like a high school stadium for a high school with like 40 kids.
Oh, that's cute. Carnegie Mellon Stadium looks a bit like this.
I think that's bigger than Teal's.
And the old Stag Field is so cool.
I want to live in a world where Northwestern has a playoff problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Now that Arthur's put it into the world, I'm gonna just shout it.
What a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Right.
I do.
Right. Okay. Let's do some ads, and we'll keep going, folks. The Varsity Network is the network. Oh, try that again. Folks.
Take two.
Take two. La 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 la. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
Hit a sound.
Okay. Clap.
Oh, you could have hit the sound.
Okay. Hit an actual sound.
Holy shnikes.
Okay, that works. You love that one, don't you?
I do. I really do. Folks, this podcast is on the Varsity Network, which is a group of podcasts and live radio feeds that come through Learfield. If you want to hear the best set of content for any podcast for any team, there's tons of them. Download the Varsity app for free on the Apple Store or Google Play. And you can listen to live college football games and podcasts, including us, including the Solid Verbal and a bunch of others. And you get access to the Varsity Blitz, which is NFL Red Zone for college radio.
Yep.
And we're going to have an actual Thursday night blitz because there's so many damn games.
There's 33. There's 33 games, and so I spoke with Hartzell. He said that they're going to do the blitz on Thursday night because there's so many games. Our Sickos score of the Thursday night games was 9. So anytime somebody reaches 9 in the game, that is the Sickos score that we sponsored. And then Pitt Girl mentioned 15 last podcast. So if somebody gets 15 on Saturday and you're listening to the blitz, they're gonna mention that, hey, this team has 15 points. And we are sponsored that. So if you have any suggestions on what point totals you want us to sponsor, I recommend anything below 20. Weird, but again, like if there's a 2, we already have the safety alert. But if there's like a 5, you can sponsor that. Who knows?
17 would be good.
Yeah, I'm putting my numbers in for maybe like 13 or 9 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are good ones. I like those.
I'll sponsor all prime numbers.
I think Dion's got that.
Oh.
God damn it.
Is that why they call him prime time? Because his clock only has prime numbers on it? No, that was a good joke. Nope.
It was an okay joke.
Okay. Anyways, listen to the Blitz on Thursday night and on Saturday. It goes for 12 hours, I believe, every Saturday. If not, maybe 10, I believe. It's a lot.
It goes to, I think, 11 p.m. Eastern.
I believe so. Yeah.
It's 11. I'm sorry. It's noon Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern. Which
the college football Blitz. Yeah. It goes to 11.
It does.
Why does it go to 11? Because sometimes you need a little more. It goes to 11.
Sometimes a little more. You turn that dial up. Crank it up to 11. Now you said prime time. I got the Chris Berman voice in my head.
Oh yeah.
Prime time.
As always, folks, check out the link tree in our Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky profiles for various discounts. You can join our Patreon for $5 a month, get access to our Discord, which includes weekly ratings, debates, live chat during games. You get to see the inner workings about the stuff we're working on, like the game rankings.
Or like when I had to get Rutgers Todd in here, and you could be famous on the podcast. That's what he says. Incredible. I'm famous.
If you subscribe to the Patreon, you get access. You get access to our specialty podcasts, including Commish's Corner, Yes, Rah, 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 Yes, which Beth and I are going to bulk record when I see her. We're going to record like 40 of them. And then the Prairie View Chronicles.
You'll do like 1.5, maybe.
Depends on how much wine gets in me. Then it'll be like.
I like the idea of you guys doing a bunch of micro episodes, like 40 for 40.
Oh.
On the Patreon?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, shit. I should not have suggested that. Never mind.
He'll forget it. He'll forget it by the time it happens. It's fine.
That's true. We have our merch store, sickoscommittee.org, which has lots of new stuff, including koozies, magnets, wine glasses, can-shaped glasses, stickers, shirts, foam trucker hats, and more. Commish, you just got your nice Punts trucker hat. And I saw it. It looks really good.
I mean, like the print of the image on the foam trucker hat, I was really worried about how it would come out. But I wanted this hat for myself, and it came out phenomenal. Like, I just want to keep making foam trucker hats. We're working on getting some embroidered hats. We do have a bucket hat now. The embroidery is tough. We don't. There is a tie-dyed hat that we have too. We do have a tie-dye hat. There's like 4 different flavors of tie-dye. So there's a couple of different versions of that dad hat. We're getting some more stuff. We're gonna add more stuff. And
where's the bucket hat? Because it's not in hats.
Oh, it's there, but it's not in hats.
Buckets.
I have not put it in the collections yet. Okay, I got to reorganize the store. Sorry. It should be on the featured.
I was looking for it the other day and I couldn't find it. So
it's there.
The best way to find out is to ask you on the podcast that we record.
Yes. Hey, where's the bucket hat? Damn it! It's there. I promise.
It's on the front page. Just scroll down.
Yes.
Make sure to check out our YouTube channel, our Instagram, our Twitch, our Substack, where we're still doing previews up until the last minute. Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to places we refuse to go, like War Chant, which, spicy place.
I don't think they've left War Chant since what happened on Saturday.
I wonder if that guy that we read his or described his post on Sunday ever got his refund. I hope not.
I hope someone declares a refund from us one time because we don't give factual information. Like we get something wrong, I can't deal with you. You guys don't tell the truth all the time. Lame stream media.
So I opened Message Board Geniuses, and there's a post from 2 hours ago from VolQuest. Has anybody else looked at this?
No, I have not. What does it say?
Hey guys, I've created a Vol hand statue that has been doing really well on Etsy. I thought some of you might be interested. It's about the same size as a real hand. My hand, anyway. Even if you aren't interested, I'd love some feedback on it. Guys.
It's the shocker.
Yep. It's got a lot of holes in it. For those of you who are uncomfortable with things with lots of holes in them.
That's Houston's hand signal too.
Also, technically, is that Arizona State's?
Yes, Forks Up. Yes,
there's the shocker too. Yeah.
Yep.
Does Wichita State throw the shot? They don't. They can't actually do that. Right?
There's no way.
I mean, they don't have a football team.
I know, but they have a basketball team.
Oh,
foam hand.
They do.
Oh, guys, guess what? Their little hand thing is absolutely.
It absolutely is the shocker.
It's this.
Oh yeah, because it's a W, right?
Yeah,
it's definitely just a W, guys.
Gotta eat it. Gotta eat a W.
Oh, okay.
God, everybody forgets about him.
And then, of course, Home Field Apparel. Use offer code yes, yes for 15% off your first order. I am wearing a UTSA shirt tonight. I see Blaster the Burro down there. Commish. Oh, your Swing Your Axe Northern Arizona shirt. So go there. And of course, our special promo with them, our Sickos Hat Showcase. This week, we have Penn State at West Virginia. A really great West Virginia throwback hat with like the oval.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Best logo.
Use offer code yes, yes. That's 2 hats for 25% off, even if you've ordered before.
Yeah.
Go get your fucking hat.
I'm totally distracted by the Kansas.com article about how to keep the shocker gesture clean for Wichita State games. Make sure you stick your thumb out, and then it's a clean gesture.
That's a clean shocker.
Yes. If you tuck your thumb in, then you're doing something from Urban Dictionary.
Does it say that?
It sure does.
Yes.
This is... I mean, like, if you're being polite, then never mind.
Getting the smile and confidence you've been dreaming about, all from the comfort of your home, isn't a total mystery with Byte clear aligners. Just don't be surprised if all your friends start asking, "What's your secret?" Begin by ordering your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95. Byte clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces, plus they offer flexible financing, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Hey, Prime members, have you heard? You can listen to your favorite podcasts ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free podcast. That's amazon.com/ad-free podcast to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
How about let's go back to some games. Hey-o.
We've covered 6 games. Surely we're almost done.
Oh, definitely. There's only not that many games this week.
And I do want to throw in a random game, but like James Madison at Charlotte was a lot more interesting until we found out that Charlotte's going to be missing half of their starters. Half of them got hurt in preseason, 8 and 9 of them, I believe.
Okay, so there's James Madison folks in our mentions not believing this, and they believe that Biff Poggi is trying to pull one over on him.
We've got Biff Poggi truthers. This is amazing.
I'm not buying it. He never. They were like, hey, he never released a depth chart. How do we know that these are their starters?
How can the depth chart be real if our eyes aren't real?
That's right.
Look, I would be so impressed. I would be so impressed if this was a fake.
Oh, I would. This would shoot him to the top of my coach of the year things.
I want to see someone take it farther. Like, I want to see like the whole team. Like, you know how some teams have elaborate thing. Like, is it Eastern Michigan that like knocks down a wall with a sledgehammer or something?
Yes.
I want to see a team where every single person, they all come out on crutches. They come out on crutches, and then like
they all do the Kevin Nash.
Yeah, it's time to
he's in
like wrestling. Exactly. Yeah, like some sort of wrestling gimmick. Yeah,
they all come out in wheelchairs.
They're all in the Kevin Nash wheelchair with the cast on the foot, and then like all of a sudden they just throw the blanket off and they stand up, and then they're ready to play. Like, is that what you think is going on?
I love it.
Imagine like, you know how like at Clemson how they like run down that hill. Mm-hmm. Like imagine like just like wheelchairing down that hill. Like that would be pretty. Like you could probably get a lot of speed. Like that would be pretty impressive. I think Dabo. I would call into Dabo's radio show and tell him to do this, but I can't
because he doesn't want to hear the truth anymore.
I love Clemson fans are like, nobody else takes calls. I was like, well, yeah, it's just odd timing. That's all it is. It's just like
here, right? Yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing. I mean, I would. Listeners, I love you, but whenever I listen to radio shows where people take in calls, I actually get secondhand anxiety just from like listening to people like awkwardly interact. It's weird.
It is so hard to take live calls, and then you need like crazy infrastructure for it. Like the only show that it works is like Feinbaum. I guess.
You know what? I think we should take live calls.
Okay, can we do
Jesus.
that on StreamYard?
Jesus Christ!
And not
we
not show our face.
Probably not. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This is what my special
All right,
Patreon
we're
podcast
gonna
can be. Just a Patreon podcast
Okay.
of me taking calls from people.
Okay.
An
do
Arthur
we need
advice
to-
show. Hold up. I like this idea. Arthur giving life advice. I am all about this. You're on the air with Arthur.
I got that. Hey, do we need to make it like $1,000 tier, $1,000 a month tier?
No, man. Anyone could write in to ask for Arthur advice.
Ask Arthur.
Ask Arthur. There we go.
There it is.
Coming soon to the Sickos Podcast Network.
Arthur's like, oh crap, what did I get myself into? He's in deep thought. He's like,
Yeah. I'm thinking about editing another podcast. That's what I'm thinking about right now.
This one, so a couple of games in a row, if something tickles your fancy, North Carolina, Minnesota on a Thursday night.
Some people love in Ohio and Syracuse in our Discord. I mean, they got Honda McCord. Ohio, I don't know the quarterback situation.
I forgot that's where Honda McCord ended up. That's interesting.
That's right. Honda McCord's in Syracuse. Hopefully it's all-wheel drive.
Yeah, he's going to need it.
Gonna need it.
So I got North Carolina, Minnesota on a Thursday.
Happy birthday, Matt Brown.
Wyoming and Arizona State late.
That's nice.
Or
that's
LSU versus USC in Vegas.
Oh, that game's going to be so dumb, and
Oh my
everybody's going to
God.
be watching it.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very, very here for that.
Take
There
a
is a
drink
high-
every time
like
the camera shows Pete Carroll.
Pure uncut cocaine, and I'm just going to stick my face directly in it like that gif of Elmo.
It's in Vegas. Yes. It's just I want to just rank that one 7 for lucky number 7.
Yeah. Just leave it there.
I'll do that. Leave it at 7. All right, perfect.
That game's going to be so dumb.
It is.
It's going to be really,
It's
really
gonna be
dumb.
great. But it's the helmet game that everybody overreacts to. And you remember when we had the LSU Florida State like 2 years ago? Like everybody like overreacted to that one. That was great. What was the one that we had last year? I feel like it wasn't one. It was like
It was Duke Clemson.
Yeah.
It was Duke Clemson.
Okay, that's the one.
Everybody watched Clemson lose to Duke.
Yeah, that was okay. So maybe everybody saw that demo. That's right.
There is
Including Tyler
Wyoming
from
kicking off at 9:30 p.m. Central at Arizona State.
Well, that's mandated
one of those
because it's so hot. Yeah.
But that's one of those fun, like I love a good September, August, like late Arizona State kick. Like those make me happy because those games get weird and wild.
There was a Haboob last year that I could not make it up through. I did not pass the Haboob test.
Beth, I need you to tell me what you feel about Penn State at West Virginia in your heart.
My heart is cold and black and dead. I was driving past Beaver Stadium yesterday, actually, and looking at it, and the only thing I could think about the game is at least I don't have to worry about a bathroom stall caving in on me this year because it's not in their terrible erector set fire trap.
Do you really want to tempt fate by saying that, though?
Yeah, I'm perfectly comfortable tempting fate saying that.
Yeah, having gone
West
to the
Virginia bathrooms are sturdily built.
Yeah, having gone to the West Virginia game last year, I will say that I have pretty solid confidence in the solidity of their stadium, which is not something I can say about Penn State.
Ooh. I was talking to Puddles about this game yesterday, and he was saying, he's like, so do you think we're going to beat them by a touchdown, or do you think it's going to be closer than that? And I'm not sure if he's gaslighting me at this point. That's where I am on this game.
Gaslighting you, so that's. Wait, is he back home?
No. I don't know.
Where is he?
Where are your tickets?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Where in the world is Puddles?
Puddles is currently in Niles, Michigan.
Okay.
He's getting closer to you.
He is closer. He is Niles, Michigan is right across the border from South Bend, Indiana.
Okay.
So
he'll be home in time that you're not going to have to go to Will Call and be like, hey, so I'm a season ticket holder and these are my seats and my tickets are on the other side of the earth.
So that's good.
Given how complicated Puddles makes our ticket situation constantly, I'm pretty sure if I walked up to Will Call and I said who my father was, they'd be like, "Oh, how did it screw up this time?" They know.
How complicated can tickets get, Beth?
As complicated as you want to make them. Guess what? He's responsible for whether or not y'all get into the game in 2 weeks.
If I have to get tickets outside or show my feet to someone to get tickets, I'm going to be disappointed.
I'm requesting press credentials just in case.
That's
you coward. You coward.
You seem weirdly enthusiastic about the opportunity to show your feet, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, he's been relatively horny on these past couple podcasts.
It's the last one was very bad. I will
bonk.
Yeah, you guys bonk the shit out of him.
He's pent up going into the season. He's got to
I was too sober for that podcast. Usually when I'm tipsy and or a little turnt.
Yeah, he's too full of his football spores and he needs to spread them.
It's time to spread. Wait, no.
Yeah, it's time for some spread, like on offense.
Yeah. That's all right.
Moving.
Yeah, we're talking about Boston College, Florida State. There's no spread there.
It's the only game on Monday.
Florida State, it's going to happen again.
Everyone
will see. We're all going to see.
I mean, Jordan, you just said it's the only game on Monday. I think unless I don't know the whole playoff schedule, but like we don't have Monday college football until like we get to the end again. So
that is true. It is a unique thing to have a Monday game, one of two.
It is. It's the only game on this coming up Monday, week 1 Monday.
I will say though, this Labor Day night game, the only game like you get the full attention. Like in past years, there have been some big like main characters here. Like this was the game where that Tennessee team had the trash can, and they played Georgia Tech. That was like there have been some memorable Monday night. Like there's nothing to hide from here. Like you're out in the open.
I'm just imagining, in Florida State fan. Like your psyche right now, you're hurt from what happened,
potentially jet lagged,
and jet lagged too. Mm-hmm. But you're back at Doe Campbell, and it's a Monday night game, and you're like, okay, it's Boston College, we're fine, we'll be fine, we're gonna be fine. But then there's this tiny part of you that is just like, what if we're not fine? What if we start 0-2? What if it all goes wrong again?
Well, and of course, it's not like, Florida State scared the shit out of, or Boston College scared the shit out of Florida State last time they played. Like
only losing by 2.
Yeah. It was early in the season though. Good thing this one isn't early in the season. Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
They let Boston College score 13 points in the fourth to like almost win that game.
Yeah.
God bless.
So have fun for it. But that's high on our list. That's, again, we're talking about the most sickos games of the weeks.
I want to talk about helmet games for me. Boise State at Georgia Southern. This just feels like
that's a good vibe.
G5, I like that a lot.
That's good. It's like the hipster G5 game of the week, I think.
Yes, I think so. Well, see, I got another option here.
Okay.
But not, well, let me get to it, though. UCLA at Hawaii, a lot of fun.
Nice.
The other one that I'm enjoying. And Georgia State at Georgia Tech. They've never played before.
Well, I mean,
that's weird to me. I can't believe that that's never happened before.
Well, Georgia State's only been around since like 2009.
Yeah, I don't know.
Still, it feels like something the legislature would make you do.
True. Yeah.
The G5 hipster game for me might be Kennesaw State at UTSA.
I've been debating about going to this game.
Do it.
But I don't think I can make it happen. So,
okay.
Like,
yeah.
I'm going to blame the in-laws.
This is Kennesaw State's first game
in FBS.
Officially as a member of the Sun Belt is FBS. And
no, not the Sun Belt, damn it.
Oh, sorry, Conference USA. My bad. This is part of UTSA's rampowlage. Can I call it that? Does that work? Like an owl rampage? Rampowlage?
We already dubbed it the Owl Gauntlet. Why are you trying to do Rampowlage?
I was something better. How about
That's not better.
It's not better.
The Hoot Nanny? No. Okay.
How about Owvalanche?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
The Escape from Alcatraz. No,
but they're playing at home.
This is violence.
Yes. That's good. We'll call it the violence. Oh, that really rolls around weird. Violence.
You need to live in an area like mine that doesn't care about vowels.
Hey, how about this? The game is in San Antonio. It's being played in the Alamo Dome, so we can call it, remember the Alamo Dome?
Oh, okay. I like it.
I'm making a graphic right now.
There you go.
This
is one that I like. Parker's numbers of Stats of War says they should be a close game. He also says not really to trust his Kennesaw State numbers because there's not a lot to go off of it.
Honestly, they kind of sandbagged last year because they wanted to save like a bunch of people for this year. And then my concern for UTSA is that this offense is going to be weird. It's going to be a weird option-based attack that UTSA struggled with Army last year. Like, ridiculous. Like, I'm not saying that one out loud, Arthur.
I'll say it.
No, that one's for us. No.
No, it's fine. He can say it. I'll take care of it.
Okay. This one's for us. It's just for us.
So good.
There's a secret. You got secret joke, not for you, the listener. Jesus Christ.
Now when you have to cut. See, now you have to cut it.
No, that's what I said. I'll take care. Just say whatever you need to say. Move past it, and I'll cut it.
All right.
They'll take care of it. In Texas, you have to go over state lines to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I'm going to get the spray bottle.
All right. I'm just going to shout out some more games that we're not going to go too far in depth here. Virginia Tech at Vandy. I'd love to see what Diego Pavia is going to do. And then Virginia Tech, they got kind of a bunch of hype. Let's see what they're made of on the road game, and we get to see Vandy's new stadium. UNLV.
Do not trust VT hype. Do not. That's all I have to say.
UNLV at Houston. That seems like that G5 like versus power conference banger, which is weird because Houston would do this to like Oklahoma and like another like power conference. Now it's like Houston's turn and it's Willie Fritz's debut. Sam Houston at Rice.
We got to see if the amoxicillin cleared up the infection from Dana.
I mean, true. We got to see that.
That is some resistant staff.
Yeah.
Speaking of more owls, again, it's Sam Houston at Rice, which is interesting because they're relatively close to each other, and is it 45? They're based off of like 45.
Yep,
Interstate 45. Okay, so yeah, that's fun. North Texas at South Alabama, but they're not owls. But I'm curious to see what North Texas does. They put up a lot of points. They had a horrible defense last year, and then South Alabama has Major Applewhite in their in his head coaching role after Kane Womack went to Alabama. I
thought you were going to say debut, and I was like, my friend, that is not his debut.
Not his debut. Notre Dame at Texas A&M. It is the game of the week. It's kind of, it could be sneaky Sickos. I'll say that. Nevada at Troy. Troy is starting with a new coach. Their coach, John Summerall, just went to Tulane. And then Nevada had that like heartbreaking loss to SMU. Now they're going like from Nevada to like hot ass Alabama. I don't know how that's going to go.
I really want Nevada to have turned it around. Like I want that very, very badly.
I like when Nevada's good. I like when they're like fighty.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Like a feisty. I think again because we're all of a certain age where we're like, I remember watching Boise State and Nevada play and that fucking Colin Kaepernick game, and it was the most amazing thing in my life.
I love Nevada was. Hear it. Nevada was.
I didn't say anything.
I know you didn't, but you smirked. I know what it means.
Smirking.
Hey, fine. Hey, did you know that a MAC team is heading to Pittsburgh this week?
I did know that.
That goes well.
It's always fine.
No, I already screened out Arthur's name for this and threw that in the podcast chat.
I will say this. I am attending a wedding on Saturday.
My God. Oh, no. Well,
Obnoxiously, no.
It's
This
summer,
is
it's
a
fine.
wedding
turns,
in
actually.
college football?
Oh, my God. How
Yes,
dare you?
I am
Oh.
attending a much dreaded fall wedding, but you know what?
It's still
Obnoxiously,
summer.
Pitt
It counts.
boyfriend is in the wedding party.
Okay.
He has to be at the venue at 10 because he has to go to the barber and he has to put his suit on and he has to be in a million bazillion pictures. Do you know what time the wedding actually starts?
Like
5.
5, yeah.
Whoa.
5. Do you know how much time I get to just hang out in our Airbnb or find a sports bar and go watch football in complete peace? I love this. I love fall weddings. Don't at me.
Wearing your dress, I hope. Like, wearing your dress at the bar, please.
Yeah, like you can miss me with your fall wedding anger. Like I got fall married because that was when my venue was available. So like be nice to your friends who get fall married. There's reasons for it. And if you can't be nice, then like fucking bite me.
Yeah. Also like unironically, even if I did have to miss this game because of the wedding, which I don't, if Pitt loses to Kent State, we have bigger problems than me not being able to watch the game.
If Pitt has a problem with Kent State, that's bad.
Well, I already have my bit planned for this game where the whole game I'm gonna be like, all right, Pitt fixed the offense. They did. We're back. So I hope that I don't have to scrap that because I've already put a lot of work in there.
I'm gonna extrapolate offensive numbers for Pitt based on this game.
Perfect.
For the whole
season. Exactly.
Whole season.
I try to pick games on the schedule where I can do this.
Nice.
And like it started back in 2017 when Pitt went 5-7, but they had a game against Rice, and I did this bit, and I've just been doing it ever since.
Fair.
I'm just going to read again. I'm reading stuff. Southern Miss at Kentucky, Old Dominion at South Carolina, FAU at Michigan State. One of our folks, they want that to be higher. They're curious about FAU at Michigan State on a Friday, which is like, I just don't know what FAU has with Tom Herman going to Michigan. And I don't know what Michigan State has, but they want it to be higher. And I'm like,
Big Ten Network at 5. Big Ten Network at 6 p.m. on a Friday. Like
it's quirky. Who knows? I mean, that was, Central Michigan at Michigan State last year.
The problem is at the same time on ESPN is Temple at Oklahoma.
Liam, is he going?
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually don't know if Liam's going.
Liam said he was going. Or that he thought he was going. Let me go creep on his Twitter. Hang on.
Time for us all to tweet at Liam.
But like this is going to be fun because this is going to be just like weird and like Temple's not going to win this.
Oh no, not at all.
Not with that attitude.
Oklahoma should just rumble all over them. But this for some reason is just a bizarre game.
But also, what if they don't? What if they don't? What if Oklahoma has a hard time with Temple?
I just want this game to be a 3-point game at halftime.
Yeah,
that's
even
all.
If they open it up afterwards.
Yes, I just want. Like, I want it to be like 17-14. I don't care who's winning.
Oh, no. 17-14 Oklahoma winning would be the most, like, Oklahoma fans, especially board geniuses, would melt down.
Yes, that's what I want.
Crying, laughing the entire time if this happens. I'll be so happy.
That's all I want. Like, I mean, it could wind up being like 52-14 or something.
Oh, yeah. No, they'll get away from it. It doesn't matter.
But like, I just want that. Or just give me like Temple up 10-7 after a quarter. I mean, just give me that.
Fair warning, if WVU does beat Penn State, I may have told Puddles he can come on the podcast for a victory lap.
Oh, hell yeah, he can.
Hell yeah.
Do it. Come
Encouraged.
On. Done. Sold.
Other weird stuff on Friday night, Western Michigan at Wisconsin. We have things like New Mexico at Arizona. Sure. Clemson versus Georgia in week 1, whichever one is, I think, going to have weird reactions to.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't care about that game. I don't. Like, no. I mean, it's just like whatever. Like, it'll matter in like the playoff picture later, but like, I just like whatever. I'm watching other stuff.
Well, the first time matchup ever of UTEP at Nebraska.
I mean, the Miners
2 programs that have been around for 100+ years, both old blood.
Mm-hmm.
I love any chance to throw UTEP in the same basket as Nebraska and watch Nebraska fans lose their minds. two of the classic teams of college football that have been around for hundreds of years.
Shout out to Dr. Abby something. I don't know if she listens to our podcast, but shout out to her. I know she's.
Let me make a graphic that's like two of the blue bloods of college football collide. UTEP, Nebraska. Actually, hey Beth, could you throw that in the ideas?
Put two historic football programs. Yeah. Don't put blue bloods.
Two equally historic football programs.
Don't
two
put
houses.
Equally.
Both aligned. Indeed.
Don't put equally. You're being a little bit too, quote baity. Don't do that.
Yes.
No, I don't want that. You already had your chance earlier this year.
I didn't do it this year because I was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Fresno State at Michigan. Michigan, I believe, is paying Fresno State $1.8 million
to
do this.
Yes. That's a lot of money for Fresno.
Well, Alabama's paying Western Kentucky 1.9, I believe.
Yeah.
Instead of calling them both two historic programs, can we call them both Midwestern powerhouses?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Tap into the regionalism.
Wait. Do I have to get the spray bottle out?
Yeah, we get the regionalism too. No, Beth is right here. This is actually the button to push. This is the button to push. Two historic Midwest powerhouses. Thank you. Good. So Alabama, first off, did you all know who Western Kentucky's quarterback was before you read his notes?
I did not know this.
I didn't.
Knew, of course I knew it.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Pitt Girl, who's their quarterback?
It's TJ Finley.
From LSU.
Yeah, LSU by way of Auburn, and now he's a Hilltopper. Because
you skipped this up. You skipped this
Carson Auburn.
No,
he was at Texas State for that long.
1 year. 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him barely survive ULM.
He's gone from LSU to Auburn to Western Kentucky. What the hell is it?
Texas State? There's a stop in Texas State. Yes,
I'm sorry. I apologize for that because what I was going to ask is
Boko in person.
What do you think is in the patent medicine that he's peddling as he comes rolling into WKU?
Oh my God.
So you had a tiger, bobcat, and now a big red in the Hilltopper.
It'll either cure everything or cause everything, and I'm not sure which one it is.
He just needs to drop a big red in the bottle to fix the elixir, to stabilize it all.
So he was on the bayou, on the plains, and then basically on like floating the river in San Marcos with Boko, the bobcat. Mm-hmm. And now he's on the hills?
Mm-hmm.
Did he get chased into the hills? Is that what are you trying to say?
Oh yeah, he had to run for the hills. Yep.
Yeah, the run for the hills.
Jesus.
He needs the alcohol for his patent medicine.
Oh, he needs shine. Yep.
Yeah,
that's
he needs
stabilizer.
shine.
Would you drink a bottle of just elixir someone handed to you? I think I would.
No.
If someone looked trustworthy, I'd do it.
The second someone is trying to hand me an unmarked bottle of elixir of some sort, they have ceased to look trustworthy. Even if up until that moment they were trustworthy, they're not anymore.
Here, drink this.
No, I've read Alice in Wonderland. It's a terrible idea.
No, I'm not trying to become very small or very large.
You know who else said drink this? Jesus.
Again, I have so many questions.
And it was blood.
Again, trustworthy?
The one apostle that's I don't know where this is from.
Oh no, guys. I'm gonna have to leave this dinner early.
Have you been tested for bloodborne pathogens?
Did he say it was blood? Did he say blood? No, I'm not. I don't do blood.
Is this a Dracula thing?
This bread is his body? What is going on?
Blood's not kosher.
We turned into BBS. But
kosher for Passover. Is that even kosher for Passover? Yeah, no.
Colorado State at Texas.
Where they're blasting Eyes of Texas at the football team.
The Eyes of Texas upon you.
My choo-choo song.
All the live long day. Is that the song? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that's exactly what it is.
Look. Okay, I want to talk about the next game. I know this won't happen. It's not going to happen. But Ohio State...
Say it anyway.
Ohio State has never lost to an in-state Ohio team since, Oberlin in 1921, I believe. Akron, please do this. Please.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Please, Akron. I want Akron to be the team, and then I want LeBron James, the kid from Akron who roots for Ohio State, to just be incredibly conflicted.
I just want him to play. He's got eligibility.
He does.
That is true. I never considered that.
That's right.
I'm trying to figure out. Give me a second. I'm looking at Parker's numbers here because this game, I feel like
there's no way in hell. Like there's.
I just want to see what their chance is. Let's see here. I can't even find it.
They lost to Oberlin 6-7 in 1921, and that is their last loss to a team in the state of Ohio. If I can manifest anything, Akron, do this, please. Akron.
A home winning percentage chance of 99.88.
Yeah.
So there's a
0.013.
Yeah, percent chance. Okay, that's a chance.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance,
but that might be the highest of any of these FBS versus FBS games this week.
If that happens, Ryan Day's fired.
Oh yeah, okay.
Insta fired.
Like, and Chip Kelly is interim head coach.
They'll like drive him to the airport to tarmac him.
Guaranteed.
The chip in his head will just explode.
They
and by
will
chip in his head, I mean Chip Kelly will grab him and blow up.
They will throw Ryan Day in the picnic basket in Newark, Ohio.
Yes, the world's largest. We do want to highlight a couple of FBS, FCS games. We don't rank these games because they're not like. We're not here to be like, well, they're not like FCS teams are supposed to give like scares to FBS teams, but we're not expecting them to win here. Like that's just not the way it works. However, there are two that fascinate me. The first one is North Dakota State at Colorado, and the second one is South Dakota State at Oklahoma State.
North Dakota State at Colorado is Dion fucking around, and I really, really hope he finds out. I really hope he finds out.
I hope they fix that offensive line. I really hope they do.
I hope they fixed a couple of things.
Honestly, now, I feel like this feels like one of these games where it's going to be really close, entering the fourth, and then like maybe one team pulls away. The team that it doesn't. And the thing is about North Dakota is that their lines are good, like their O line and G line. They're good, and they're going to run the crap out of the ball. If you can't handle that run, maybe in for a long day.
I mean, the other thing about North Dakota State is that they probably legitimately have more depth than Colorado. Like, what the fuck is even going on with Colorado's roster? I don't know, and neither does anybody else.
People are betting actual American dollars on this game.
And
on this team this season. Like
to win like championships and stuff. I don't know what's going on. This is why I've never gotten into gambling. I just don't understand it.
Did we not learn anything from the Dion hype cycle last season? I don't.
No.
Why are we doing it again? I don't understand.
He fixed it. It's all fixed.
Lessons aren't real.
No one learns anything.
I don't know.
No one ever learns. No one ever changes.
I mean, Colorado teaching.
Colorado could win this one, like maybe like by like 21, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, Colorado better than what they are," or.
I have a terrible feeling that like it's going to be close, and then it's going to turn into the "we can't have nice things" bowl.
No, see, I think it'll be close, but then Colorado wins, and it feels triumphant. Remember when Colorado beat Colorado State at that weird late game last year, and everyone acted like it was the fucking.
Okay, that game was a banger, though. I watched the end of it after a very depressing backyard brawl.
Oh, I remember that. Yes, that's right. But
that was good for Beth. Look at her; she was like, "I love that one."
She's perked up.
It was a good day.
Yeah, Beth was like, "Oh, it was great. I love that day."
But I promise that if that happens, Colorado comes out like a close win, I'm gonna start posting stuff like "program saved, Colorado Titans of the game."
You're not gonna do that. You are not gonna post it. I will delete those tweets. Don't do that. Let the other accounts that do the engagement baity and you know, we're not doing that. Not happening. Howard plays at Rutgers, Western Carolina at NC State, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, the Lions with their awesome lion mane logo at Arkansas, Murray State at Missouri. That is on a Thursday. Though all those games are on a Thursday. Then we have Eastern Illinois at Illinois, Sac State at San Jose State, Alcorn at UAB. I don't know if you've seen these UAB uniforms that they're wearing for this Alcorn State game.
Fucking hot. Give me a second.
They are like the absolutely greenest green. Where if you listen to this podcast as long as you've done, I am a giant fan of the color green, which I'm wearing green headphones right now. But look, this green is probably my favorite green, and it's an entire green uniform for UAB. And I'm like, I love every single inch of this uniform. It's amazing.
I don't like green as much as you, and I still like these a lot.
Do they still have the sparkle helmets?
No, it's a green helmet, and I'm like, yes. The only thing that's like white is the dragon itself. So the blazer. So then you have Central Connecticut State at the Chips, Duquesne, the Dukes at Toledo, Fordham at Bowling Green, which I have a feeling is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ramblers are pretty good. I'm not sure what they're ending up this year, but yeah.
I don't know. And then we have Jackson State at ULM. And I have a question. Like, do I need to make a ULM bet here?
I'm not giving you
one for every game.
I'm not giving you this one because this one I feel like is.
Yeah, we'll wait for the FBS games.
Okay.
Yes.
So I mean, General Booty is starting. ULM did unveil a black uniform, which is amazing. I don't necessarily like the black uniforms, but like the yellow outline of the maroon letters. I mean, numbers and letters is amazing. And then the Warhawk symbol on the Louisiana thing and on the back of the jersey is phenomenal. I love it. Lafayette at Buffalo. The Leopards again at Buffalo. Pete Lem Buffalo's first game. And the Leopards were like 16th or 17th in FCS. Buffalo lost on a Hail Mary to an FCS team just recently. So maybe some weirdness there. North Carolina A&T at Wake Forest, which for some odd reason LSU.football.net has it listed twice. And everybody wanted to say that it was JV versus JV and varsity versus varsity. Split squad. New Hampshire at UCF. Northwestern State, the Demons at Tulsa. Then we have a little bit of a Louisiana showdown, a little I-55 action here. Southeast Louisiana at Tulane. Louisiana in-state showdown. Should be fun. And then if you've seen Tulane's uniforms, it's the entire like powder blue. They're all
they're gorgeous.
Full
the numbers with the green outline. Great.
Amazing. Friday we got Lehigh at Army, Elon at Duke. Saturday we have Austin P at Louisville, Bucknell at Navy. We just recently got a Bucknell fan in our Discord.
Hell yeah!
The Bison, the Buffaloes, what are they?
They're the Bison.
They're the Bison.
Yes,
Central PA mentioned.
That's right. Bucknell has an awesome part of their end zone where they have hedges that spell Bucknell.
Yep.
Which is cool. I love that. And I think I mentioned that in our Substack. Illinois State at Iowa on Saturday. No Kirk Ferentz. He is suspended for this game. That's right.
Bad Kirk Ferentz. Naughty.
Right. Bad Kirk Ferentz. How dare you do this? But yeah, totally love that one there. Indiana State at Purdue. Our beloved Sycamores are playing at the Boilermakers. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm going to pay an inordinate amount of attention to this game. I don't know if it'll be close or not, but I just love both of these teams. Like
I feel like this is Purdue's going to just take it, but that's
probably that's probably what's going to happen, but I'm probably going to watch this game. Like this will probably wind up being on one of my screens. Okay. I'm just going to say this out loud because I mean, I have a fondness for Purdue because they have the New Orleans Saints colors and then the Drew Brees connection there. And then the beloved Sycamores are playing too. So I'm going to watch that because I love them. Chattanooga at Tennessee, Portland State at Washington State. We talked about that earlier. I didn't think I mentioned the Pokemon for that one. We have Merrimack at Air Force. We already ended on a monitor joke. We're not going to do that again. That was fun to end the podcast last time. North Dakota at Iowa State, which I think Iowa State.
This is like this one could get really kind of twitchy. North Dakota is not like best Dakota, but they're third best Dakota.
Yeah.
And Iowa State doesn't always start the season real good.
Yeah. Iowa State is known to trip up against an FCS team. This is great. We already talked about Idaho State at Oregon State, Idaho at Oregon, which is the Idaho border, which I am an idiot for not realizing it was that large earlier. Weber State at Washington, which should be interesting. A&M Commerce at San Diego State, Abilene Christian at Texas Tech, Alabama A&M, and HBCU playing at Auburn, which I think may be the first time ever.
I don't think so.
Maybe, but I mean, it doesn't happen often. I'll say that.
I will say that, yeah.
Bethune-Cookman at South Florida, Central Arkansas at Arkansas State, which should be tricky. I wish it was Arkansas State at Central Arkansas for the purple and gray turf. We have Eastern Kentucky at Mississippi State, East Tennessee State University at App State, Furman at Ole Miss. Oh my God, Furman. I know you're highly ranked in the FCS poll. Give Ole Miss a little bit of a scare like ULM did. Just do that for the first half. Yeah. Do that for me. Grambling State at the Cajuns. Another Louisiana in-state showdown, which is great. Houston
Auburn did play Alabama A&M in 2016.
Okay.
And in 2012.
Okay.
Nice. That's awesome. They do it. Alabama's the one that doesn't play the HBCUs, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's right. Auburn does that. All right. Sorry for getting those confused. Lamar at Texas State. Shout out to head coach Pete Russamondo of the 1993 Boston University best season of all time that I wrote about. Yes. Nichols at Louisiana Tech, another Louisiana in-state showdown. I want to say that Nichols head coach, when I saw him in the Southland media days, had like the most perfect like buzz cut silver fox hair that I've ever seen.
Nice.
Like it was incredible. Like it was like Roger Sterling, but with a buzz cut. It was great. Norfolk State at East Carolina, North Alabama at Memphis, Bobby Moe at Utah State. Bobby Moe likes to travel. And then we got CMO out in Las Cruces after their big win in the historic Fort D. No, I'm sorry. That was in Montgomery. We already mentioned South Dakota State at Oklahoma State, Southern Illinois at BYU, Stony Brook, the Seawolves, who did not win last year, at Marshall. Beth, do you want the Seawolves to beat your hated Marshall?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Okay.
I would enjoy that greatly.
I know you would. Charlton Texans at Baylor. Baylor lost to an in-state Texas team last year. Could it happen again? Probably not.
But not against Tarleton. Tarleton's good, but like they're not Baylor good.
They're not Texas State feisty. I would say. No. Tennessee Tech at Middle Tennessee, Towson at Cincinnati, UC Davis at California. There was a Pokemon there. That was the bear thing that you talked about. UT Martin at Kansas State. And then we have Western Illinois, the Leathernecks at Northern Illinois. So we have a directional Illinois battle. Western Illinois is on a 24-game losing streak. It is likely to extend it to Northern Illinois. It is the longest streak in Division I. Leathernecks, we are watching. We are rooting for you to get rid of this. I put a picker wheel in the chat here, or in the doc here. It says, we preview one FCS versus FCS game. Jordan, do you want to pull up that picker wheel? And we talk about one of these in depth.
Okay. Let me spin it. Our game is St. Francis at Dayton. Jesus Christ.
Oh, hey, that's a good one for us to pick, though.
Yeah.
That's conference. That's NEC versus Pioneer.
That's right. Guess what? The Commish's father is a Dayton alum.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And St. Francis is playing Kent State later this year.
That's right. They are the Red Flash. There is Frankie the Friar. You could just look up Frankie the Friar as the mascot for St. Francis. Just look that up, Jordan. You'll love it.
I'm looking. Yep. Oh, yeah. I remember him with his giant fucking chin. Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right. So this one, I kind of feel like Dayton should win this, but Dayton was like 8-3 in 2022. And then last year they were like 3-8. So I don't know, because Dayton has like no scholarships for football, and St. Francis, PA is. I don't think they're NEC. What is St. Francis? I think they're like. Are they Patriot?
No, they're NEC, my friend.
They are.
Yes. I am 99.999%.
They were last year. I think they may have moved. I'm looking.
No, they're still NEC.
Loretto. They're still NEC. Okay.
Yes.
They are Loretto. Okay.
Yes, they are the closest FCS team to me.
Well, that's right. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're right next to the Schwab estate where they play. Yeah, Charles Schwab had a house up mountain, and
yeah, St.
Francis
has
is literally right next to it.
They have something called the John F. Kennedy Student Center.
They do.
Yeah, I mean,
and they have really pretty gardens. You should go up there and walk the gardens.
Okay.
So that means okay, so that's I like that as a preview. That works.
That totally works. University of Dayton. They adopted the nickname Dayton Flyers back in the 1923, which their university seal is Pro Deo de Patria, for God and country.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan, did you like the historical Frankly the Friar I threw in the chat?
Oh, with the googly eyes, it's awful. Yeah, no, it's just horrifying. He's got a weird gut. He has like a literal rope tied around him. I can't tell if those are buttons or nipples. I don't know. It's weird. He has mitten hands.
Yeah, because you know this from the Ride to Hell tour, right? Right?
Yes.
You know that, right? Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's kind of endearing.
Frankie the Flash.
He looks like he needs a hug.
Frankie the Friar, right? It's the red Flash versus the golden Flashes.
Right.
Which, again, with that robe that Frankie the Friar has.
I mean, say it, Beth.
He's about to give you a red flash.
Yep. Thank you. He has the red hair, so it should all match, theoretically.
And cut the podcast now.
Hello, HR.
Hello, HR. Is Jordan.
Hi, it's me. How did you feel about my joke?
Jordan,
was it funny? You have to think it's funny.
Jordan, what's your extension? I need to leave a voicemail.
I love the idea that I just route every HR call to me no matter what. We're still getting calls. This is the happiest company ever. No one complains. Folks, I think that's it. I'll give you two options for an end, Arthur. We are going to be... Well, there was that cut, and then I'll actually do a real ending, just in case.
Did we want to do any bold predictions, like really quickly?
No, dude.
No.
We'll have to save our bold season predictions for next episode.
That's fine.
Okay, bold season predictions after we've already had a week.
That feels appropriate, actually.
That feels right.
Yeah, for us.
I want to go to bed now. That's my reasoning here.
Okay, so bold season overreactions, week 1.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can totally overreactions.
Let's overreact, and this is how the rest of the season is going to go. And let's get points for how wrong we are after we overreact.
I like that.
Okay.
12 win Colorado. I call dibs.